everyone, welcome to Gardening TLC. My name is Michelle and I live in Northern Illinois Zone 5. We're not in my garden today. It actually snowed last night. I have not cleaned my leaves up yet or cut back all my perennials, but that's okay. We'll get to it later because it's going to warm up later in the week. Today, I thought we would go in the garden center and check out how we have flipped it for Christmas. It's really pretty inside. I thought you might enjoy seeing that. Look, I got new windows. Isn't that awesome? It changed the whole look of the front of the building. All right, are you ready? Let's go check it out. Come on. So the name of my garden center is The Landscape Connection, and that's actually where the name of my channel came from. Gardening TLC actually stands for The Landscape Connection. And when I started, it was Gardening with the Landscape Connection, and my daughter made me shorten the name because she's like, nobody can remember that. So I did. But at the garden center here, we are actually getting ready to go into our 12th Christmas season. We actually opened our garden center in October. We didn't open it like a normal garden center in the spring. We wanted to kind of get a little bit of a jump on things, and we thought the holiday season was a great time to do that. So we went through our first Christmas 12 years ago. So we are going to go inside and take a look at what we've done to flip the store. Typically what we are doing is we still leave things in the store that are gardening things that you want to buy, like plants and fertilizers, you know, stuff like that. But then we theme out different areas in the store. We collect all of the things for the themes, set up a tree, and then create the themes around it. So let's go check it out. We always try to make our first theme one that's pretty like wow. So in this area, when you first walk into the store, we've done one of our bigger trees that goes all the way up to the ceiling. And we've done this in a lot of the rich metals. And we've also used a lot of that rich, beautiful gold coloring. We always tie in tables to the different trees that we do, so there's a theme that's going on. Now this one is called Oh Holy Night, and this one is really done in a lot of what we call mixed metals. So you'll see champagne and gold, just a touch of silver to blend in, but we use some of the different textures from the picks and sticks and we weave them into the tree. We also use different garlands and things, like we have this beautiful rich colored gold one here with, look at those tassels. I just think that those are so awesome. My favorite ornament on this tree by far is probably these mirrored stars that we got in. I think that those are so cool looking, and they do have like a 3D effect to them. I just think that makes the tree look so rich. As we travel up the tree, we just add different ornaments to it, from adding like silk poinsettias with beads. Isn't that great? I love that. To just different disc ornaments, glass ornaments. There's little Holy Family ornaments. And I just love the way this looks. It's a mixture of textures, but it really stays with that metal theme. And then I love the table alongside of it. And the table actually goes around to the other side. And you can see that we add little containers with the picks that go with this area. And then if you come around to the other side, you can see all the beautiful items on this side as well. The other thing is, if I swing back around to the back side of the tree, see how it carries over to this side as well? And then I love these little shelving units that we use, because you can pack so much on these little shelving units that tie into the theme of what you're doing, from water lanterns and pictures to different ornaments and table toppers. So I just love this. And I love that, like, I didn't do this one. Kimmy actually decorated this one. And I love how she draped the garland along the side so you can really see it. And some of the embellishments that are on the tree are around the tree as well. We also mix in houseplants with the different themes, because houseplants are a great gift. All right, so that is Oh Holy Night. I think this one turned out so nice. I really like it. It's a nice, rich looking display when you first walk in the door. And I love the tables that are kind of stacked back to back here. I just think it makes it so fun and inviting. So let's get a backed up look. My heater just kicked on, so we'll go this way. This one here is called Santa and Frosty Friends, and we did this area, and basically, let me back up so you can kind of get the scope of the whole thing. We basically did this area in all of those fun North Pole with the reds and the candies and the snowmen and Santa and elves and gingerbread men, and we created this absolutely stunning display right here. I love the tables that drop down to different levels in this, and I love how the table was decorated with the little elves and just all of the fun elements that you think about when you think about the North Pole and you think about Santa. I love the reds and the greens in this display. I also really like the whites. And so we added some of these snowball trees in here. We've got candy trees, white trees. We've got Santas, snowmen, water lanterns. As you come down the table, there's so much to look at on this table that you kind of have to stand and look at it for a while to take it all in. I love the tree. My favorite ornament on this tree is definitely the little mouse in the sack. Absolutely love that. It's so fun. And then on the top of the tree, look at that tree topper. Isn't that great? It's so fun. I absolutely love it. I also love the little pieces of gingerbread that are incorporated into this tree, and throughout the area, there's like these little elements of that. We actually thought about doing that in a separate area, and then we're like, you know what, let's mix it in because it really does go, and it softens up some of that red color that's in here. But this is definitely a fun, festive look, and I just love it. I love the North Pole, but now let's move on to the North Woods. And that is what our next area is themed as. And so you kind of got to stand back because it's a fairly large area that kind of goes from this tree and stretches all the way down there and then swings over to the center table. So we have done this one all in like rich reds and browns, some creams, but wood as well. And then we added some beautiful dark, I guess I would call this like a dark brown, and then there's some coppers in here as well. But I also like to incorporate the beautiful red berries in here. All kinds of wonderful things on this tree. I love the acorn glass ornaments. This is one of my favorite ones on here. But I'd have to say that I'm absolutely in love with these velvet ornaments. I love these. We also added some swag into the tree itself, where we layered in some frosted pine cones and some frosted berries, and then periodically also put in the sparkly brown sprig in there as well. So when you kind of back up and look at it, it gives the tree this really nice richness. I also like the little pine cones in here with the little animals in them. These are leftover from last year, but I just think that they're so cute. And then as you come down the tree, just the different ornaments that you see. We added a little bit of buffalo check in here, not a lot, just a little bit. But look at these beautiful frosted pine cones right here. Aren't those great? I love those. Those are a glass ornament as well. And then we also have these beautiful pine cone ornaments in red. I love those. Even these wreaths right here with the wood in the middle, these are like laser cut. I think that those are really nice. But I just like the richness of this tree. I think it looks so nice. Then we come around and we look at the table with all of our little animals on it. You know, we've got the little fox and the little raccoons. I love those little guys. Even the discs, these ornaments, I really like these. And then you just come around and you look at the different things that are part of this display, from the pine cone picks with some really nice short pine picks with the longer poles on them, or the longer stems, to the short berry ones. And even these velvet ones right here. Oh my gosh, I just love this velvet. I think it's so cool looking. And I love the pine cones that are dusted in the moss. Again, I love these shelving units that I can pack so much on them, and it's easier to display and see everything that's in the display itself. I even love these trees up here. This is like a trio. Let me move this guy. That's all together. I just like how that looks. I love the color of it. I like the dusting of glitter on it. So pretty. And then these little snowmen or Santas go with it. As we swing down this way, you can see we've got some ficus back behind here. We dropped a chair in, put some pillows on it, and then some more of those really fun velvet orbs in here. And then we swing up to this table over here where we've got just some layering going on with some garlands in the back. We've got the deer in the front, some more of those trees. You know, I just love to layer different looks on a table. I really am, when it comes to Christmas decor, even at my house, kind of a maximalist decorator. I like layers, and I like different elevations, and I like a lot of stuff on the table. And maybe that comes from owning a retail center where you really want to pack this out so that there's a lot in it. Because I have to go through my open house, I have to go through Black Friday, Small Business Saturday. I mean, there's a lot to get through, and so you have to have a lot of product. This is the table that kind of goes with that, and we ended up putting this beautiful vase in the center. We outlined it with some of this cedar picks right here, and I love this stuff. I like the way it kind of swags out from the center of the pot, and then we put this beautiful pewter and then layered it with this iridescent ball. I mean, that is like, wow. I would put that in my entranceway. I just think that looks so cool. And then we again have some plants on the table, and then just different things that go with the decor, from these little disc ornaments here that are wood with this beautiful picture scene in them. And I think there's different ones. So there's like those, and if you kind of go through them, you can find the different ones. This one is Santa, and then there's a snowman. So I really like these. These are polar bears, and then here's the express train. So fun. I just think that this is such a nice display. All right, let me back up and give you another look at this one here. And then let me walk around to the other side, because most people approach this from the other direction. So let me give you a view from that direction. Normally people are walking up on this display this way, and you can see I did the back side of the table as well. We've got some beautiful leaves that are tinted in gold and green. Got the wreaths going on here. And then even over here, this is festive, and we added some berries to it. We've got our cardinals over here, different ones that are long-tailed, short-tailed, and then we've got all of our different little fairy lights with remote controls. And what's cool is these come with this little controller, and they come with this little extension that allows you to change what the lights are doing. So I really like the lights. We have different colors. I don't have any white ones, but all the other colors. So we sell a lot of those. And then we'll just take a quick peek over here to our s'more tree. And the s'more tree has all these different s'mores that you can collect. This guy has pancakes. This guy has breakfast. This guy is a hunter. And then there's a bookworm. And so all these wonderful s'more collectibles. This guy's just full of birds. And then we even have another layer up top. I just think that these are so fun. And a lot of people come in here to get these. And so we have quite a selection of them. And this is our s'more tree. Now, if you look this way here, there isn't really a lot of Christmas going on. Here we have all of our pots and different things that you need to plant up your house plants. And, you know, that's what's in here. We have a consultation room in here. And we'll have people come in here that are either maybe they're buying funeral flowers or they're planning a wedding. And so this is just a nice little room where they can meet and do that. And so we keep that it's kind of off to the side and private. And then this is our pet ranch area. And so we do have a few Christmas ornaments in here for pets, but we have this area here, which is full of cat, dog, all natural products, plants that are pet friendly, natural chews, things like that. So this in here is all dedicated to pets. And so that's our pet area right there. Most of the time when people come in, they actually go this way. And so when you first walk in, we have a gifty area with journals and books and affirmation cards. We just add little ornaments, plants, and little stuffed animals in this area. But we do have a lot of plants still in the store. Now, as you come around the corner, we have our Gnome scandi area. And we do a little skinny tree over here where we add what we think are little scandi ornaments. And so a lot of them are the stripes and the yarn balls and the gnomes. So we have all of those here. We've got some that are these cute. These guys are like little chefs. So there's our little gnome tree right there. And then it kind of comes up into the windowsill. Now, you probably noticed that when I walked into this area, the center part of it was pretty empty. But I do have a big houseplant order coming next week. This is a window, and so I'm saving that space because I have poinsettias and everything else that's coming. But I love the bells. I like these big ones right here. I think these are so cool. I love those. And then even these right here, I like. Those would look so good hanging down from a swag or the middle of a wreath, or even if you just hung it on a door, that would look really good. All All right, swinging around here. This kind of has a little bit of a retro vibe to it as well. And what we did was, in this one here, we actually kind of had it flow over to the next area underneath the steps. And so we have this table here, we've got the little cloches on the ground, and then it kind of swings over to the other side underneath the steps. And so we have a plant area here that we added some of these really pretty houses and churches that you can use on your mantle, on your table, on a buffet table. They light up, they're really super pretty. But then it kind of swings into this area over here. And over here we have a little bit of retro going on, and it kind of goes from that scandi theme to the retro farm look. I don't do a big area in this, but I try to tie the two together because they do kind of match a little bit. And so here we don't have a tree, but we definitely have a lot of table decor. I love these deer. I think that they are so fun. We have the smaller ones and then the larger ones as well. Some wood trees on here. And we try to tie in gifts as well with what's going on in the areas. And then this is just a little nook that's underneath the steps. And I just like the way this looks. We tuck a bench in there, tuck a table in there. I'm trying to back up without knocking anything over to kind of give you the whole kind of scope of what that looks like. Kind of cool. Backed up a little bit, and now I'm leaving the scandi area, and I'm coming over here to the other half of the area. And so here, you know, a lot of times we just put things on the shelves that are for sale. These are those little crossover purses. And then we've got these little trees right here that have the little individual ornaments that you hang on. We sell a lot of these, mostly because if we have seniors and they don't have a lot of room for a tree, they love these little trees. And there's a lot of different ones. I have a couple that have birds on them, but we sell a lot of those. As we swing down this way, again, this is kind of our Nordic area still. It kind of blends in and out going down the hallway. And we did some smaller themes this year instead of some big grand ones. We have like 4 big grand ones, but then we did some smaller ones. This one is done all in woods and creams. And check this out. Look at these birch discs where we have that beautiful snowflake on there. I just think that this is so simple and so pretty. I just love this. I even like ornaments like this that hang down your tree as long as you don't mess it up and touch it. All right, but I love these ornaments that hang down the tree like that. So this one says peace. We added in some beautiful kind of blue iridescent balls in there. And then some of the bigger snowflakes are in here as well. As we travel down the table, we've got the snowflakes incorporated in. And again, I love the different levels and the different table ornaments that we bring in. Even the birds. I mean, these are called kissing crystals, and we sell a lot of these. These are so nice, and they are so colorful. I absolutely love them. We also put, you know, garland up along the windows and embellish out the windows. It just gives it a nice festive feel. Black and white was really popular a couple years ago. We still had some black and white themed items left, so we did a small area that's done in black and white, and we ended up using the black and white check poinsettias in here. We've got some black and white balls. We've got the wagon wheels with the little embellishment on top. So not a big area. This is kind of what we had left, and we tied a few new things in it. I think some people still want black and white, but it's not as popular as it was like 5 years ago. Black and white was huge. All right, let's keep going. But then if you swing around the corner, this is when we come into another large area that we did as a display. And this is what we call Botanical Christmas. So this one here was done by me. And again, I used a larger tree in here. And I like to beef my trees up by using layered picks in my trees. So in this one, I used this really pretty kind of flat matte gold leaf that has a long leaf on it, which I thought was really great in the layering. And then I used this pick right here. I love this pick. It's gold, and then it's got the balls in it. I also used kind of a green and glitter leaf on here that's like a holly leaf, layered that in, and then I used roses on top. So I thought the layering of that was fabulous. I absolutely loved it. And then I just stuffed this tree with everything botanical that was in this area, from little ornaments that are finials. I love this one. It's absolutely gorgeous. To these really pretty kind of dusted, frosted finials. Those are so good. I love this ornament. It's really heavy. It's got that beautiful embossed look on it, and I love that. We also stuffed like little moss balls in here that were glossed over. We have bells, churches, and then check out these poinsettias. I love these fabric poinsettias with the gold edge. I think they're so pretty, and it's actually more of like a champagne than it is a gold. But you can see that we've layered these in different spots throughout the tree, and we just kept doing that layering throughout the tree. We have little crosses in here that say grace or peace. Some beautiful glass ornaments on here that are really delicate and pretty looking. But we also put some fun botanical pieces in here like this snowman with the glasses. Isn't that fun? I love that. So as you go through the tree, you see the different ornaments in here. I also love these little picture frame ornaments. I have some that have snowmen and some that have Santa. But look at this guy. He kind of looks like he's a knit ornament, but he's actually like a, I don't know that he's ceramic, but he's pretty heavy duty. I love it. Also, we have some beautiful copper in here, and then alongside, see, we'll add the different embellishments of what we put in the tree. Here are those snowmen that we have in miniature. Those would look so fun next to your fireplace. And then the tables. Oh, the tables are so awesome. I think my favorite thing over here are these felt deer. These are green, and here's the one that sits down, and then this guy looks so regal. This is the guy that stands up. I just think that those are so awesome looking. I love to use lanterns in my displays and put things in the lanterns. I think lanterns are made for more than candles. I think that you should create some wonderful display inside of a lantern. When I put this theme together, I always try to think of like botanical things or the botanical look when I'm doing it. This is probably one of my favorite themes to do because I really like this kind of stuff. One of my favorite things is to put a table bar over the top of a table. And so the table bars are pretty cool because you can extend them and make them longer, and they can be a little bit shorter. But what's cool is they come in gold and they come in black, but they have this little clamp down here that you can attach it to the table. So you can put this on a mantle, on a sofa table, on your dining room table if it's small enough. I don't think it would fit on like a 8-seater table, but maybe a 6-seater. But I just think it's so cool to create an element up above your table like that. And then, you know, we deck out things on the table that go with the theme. I love the green glass trees. I think that those are so pretty. I even like these gold deer and the Santa and the wooden cream trees on here. You go underneath and we've got more picks that go with the theme. We've got some of those twiggy, kind of glittery cone trees underneath here. Aren't those cool? I love that. And then if we come into the scene itself, you can see, to me, it looks botanical looking. You know, I've got my trike in here, and I've added little bowls on here and a little table tray that we can put more trees on. And then this is actually a potting table that we just put a bunch of stuff on. And again, there are those deer. Aren't those? I love those. This guy is so majestic looking. I just love that. And then you swing around and we threw a bench in here and then put all of the different things on the bench. And then if you back out a little bit and we look at this table again, see, you look on the other side and it's something a little bit different. So we decorated it up so that you could see it from both sides. Aren't those trees awesome? I love those. All right. Look at the little trike in there with the moss balls. See, I try to make it look kind of botanical looking. I just love this little area right here. It's one of my favorites. Let's look at it from another angle. This would be how it would look if you were coming in from the other side. And I'm telling you, you got to kind of walk an area like this in any kind of store that you go to that does their decor like this a couple times. Because you'll see something different every time you look at the scene or every time that you walk by the tables. We just went to Michigan last week and we went to shops, and some of the shops were already decorated up like this. And it was so inspiring to see how other people do it. But let me back up here. There is our botanical. If we swing over to the other side, so we're still coming around the corner, we're just looking on the other side. We have another black bench here that we've put some lanterns, some pillows, some pictures, and then we added a tree that we layered up as well. And this time I used a dusted pick right here with a pine cone on it, and then used some white roses in there, and that was it. So it's just kind of a single layer. And then we put the berries in separately throughout the tree. But look at how much bulk that actually adds to your tree. Because these are kind of cheap trees, you guys. We go to Walmart and buy these. We don't sell them. We only use them to display our different areas. And we are now looking at Cardinal Delight. So this one here, we've done all in the frosted snow. We've got cardinals and berries. Isn't that fun? And most of what's in this tree are the cardinals, the berries, and the layering. There aren't a lot of ornaments on this tree, but I did this tree to kind of show how different textures can really bulk up a tree, and you can make it look so beautiful by just adding items like that. The other thing you'll notice is my picks go down, not up. It goes with the flow of the tree, and I just think it makes it look better, and I think you can see all the things on the tree better. Now, we did another shelving unit over here, and we did the reds. We've got the water lanterns over here. Water lanterns have come a long ways. Now they have blowers in them that keep the glitter going. Some of them play music, some of them don't. So, love this. We also have other table trees here, and these little guys have a cardinal in them. They light up. Little cardinal guy there that would fit really on an area that's skinny. And so we just line that up right there. And then next to that, we have more picks and the flowers that are in the tree. And then we took one of our trees and hung up lanterns on here and all of our hanging plants. So a lot of fun, a lot of great things in this area. Not a very big area, but I think it looks full. I think it looks nice. Here's a nice backed up look. Isn't that great? I love it. All right, I backed up a little bit to kind of give you a perspective of where we're at. So we just walked through Botanical, and now we're coming up on the North Woods. That's right here. See, here's Oh Holy Night. And basically, my store just kind of goes in a big circle. It's not very big, so it goes down there, and it goes around the steps, and then it just comes back up this way, okay? So this is the areas that we've done up. Here's the North Woods, here's North Pole Santa and Friends, and now we'll come over this way. So as you come down this way, there's not a lot of decor over here, but this is our cafe area, and in here we sell olive oils and vinaigrettes and seasonings. We have fudge, gourmet hot chocolate. We have a big popcorn section, and we sell whirly pops and fun things there. We have our cafe area where we do sampling back there. More organic teas. We sell coffees, little implements for your kitchen, all kinds of fun things, charcuterie, you know, then we sell our preserves, our breads, our scones, salsas. So that's everything that's over in this area here. And I'll just kind of give you a, you know, spin around so you can kind of see that. We have a coffee grinder, and we grind the coffee if they want it ground. So yeah, just a really fun gourmet area. Next year, I think we're getting ready to introduce a fresh market. So we're going to be adding fresh produce, herbs, and I think cheese. So that's all coming. Now, the one thing that we did was, we did this last year too. See the little paper ornaments all over the place? We made those out of lunch sacks. I think those are so cool. And I think they fill the store up and like finish the ceiling. But this is a backed up look of the whole store going that way. All right, so then we slide over here. We've got our flower cooler right here. And then last year we did decorate out the hall. This year I did not. So if I swing around this way, I have plants over here, and I have a few items that are Christmassy. These are more like lanterns and things like that. But we moved our memorial section down here, and we do sell a lot of memorial items with Stems Floral, which is the floral department of our store. And so we left this alone, and we left it with all of our memorial in it. And then if we swing down further, we have our chimes here, and this is our flower cooler back there. But that's it. That's the whole inside of the main building. We are not open upstairs. Those are our offices. It's where we make candles and all that fun stuff. Bath salts. So we do all of that upstairs. So let's go take a look at, there's 2 more rooms to look at. And if I come through the cafe, here is our pond. And so the pond area right now is kind of covered up a little bit, but you can see this area right back here. So that area right back there is a winter project that I wanted to do last year, and I just never got to it. I'm determined to do it this year though. And what I want to do is I want to sink a waterfall area in right here and then plant the whole thing up with lush plantings. We have grow lights that are pink that are up there. And the reason we did pink was we kind of wanted to draw people to that area to go, what's going on over there? So that will be happening hopefully this winter. We do have fish. These are just goldfish, you guys. But they started off as those little bitty, 1-inch goldfish that you buy. They've been in here for like 4 years. We have 2 rooms that are back behind the pond. The first one is our room where we sell all of our scents. And so in here you'll find candles. You're going to find potpourri, diffusers, air fragrances, different things that make your house smell fantastic. And so we have wax melts. We pour all of these candles. So it's a pretty small room. We do have incense. And then, isn't that great? We have pillar candles in here as well. We have kind of a rustic candle in here. So I just love this room. It smells so good when you walk in here. This next room that we have is called a self-care room. And in here we have soaps, lotions, lip scrubs, body scrubs, face masks, different kinds of natural scrubbers. All of the products in here are sustainable. They're all natural, and they all come from companies in the United States. So what I tried to do was source out smaller companies that make this product like me. I'm a mom and pop, and that's what I was looking for. And so some of the companies are a little bit bigger, but some of them are just mom and pop companies that are just trying to make a living. And a lot of this stuff is handmade, from the soap bombs right here, the bath salts. We actually make the bath salts here, and we pour our candles to natural loofahs, to pumice stones, things like that. Here is our Nature's Willow. We still love this product. We sell a lot of it. We carry that in the store. We also carry Naked Bee. So we have this as kind of our self-care room, and smells good in here too. And then see, that leads right into our consultation room, and they can put a curtain up if they want to be private in there. All right, so those are the last 2 rooms. Going back to the candle room. Kind of cool, huh? So this shelf is empty, and I'm getting ready to bring out my little bags that are going to have a potpourri, a scent, and a candle in it. And that will be like a little gifty bag that you can grab. I have all these different ones. Went into the back room so I could kind of show you the different ones here, because there's more than just red. We've got the gold, and what we did was we paired up what was in the potpourri and the scent and the candle to all match and go together. My favorite is probably this blue and brown one right here. I really love that one. And then we have green ones. We have other scents as well, from eucalyptus vanilla. We have orange spice. So this is my whole table that I've got to still put some shred in, and then I've got to get those out. So right now it's kind of back here in this work area, but that whole table has to go out. How fun was that? Did you guys enjoy the tour? We had a lot of fun putting it up and putting it together and theming out all of the Christmas areas. Did you know that if you're in a retail market, you have to be like a year ahead on creating your themes? So all of the products that I had to buy for Christmas, I actually had to buy those in January of last year, which is a good and a bad thing. The good being that you know what you have left, because you never sell out of your inventory, and you can figure out how you're going to incorporate what's left into the new themes that are coming up for the next year. And it's bad because you're so far in front of it that sometimes when it's time to actually put it all together, you can't remember what you did. So anyways, this is the store. I hope you enjoyed the tour. I have to go finish the Christmas walk, but now with the snow, I'm delayed a couple days. So wow, now it's really going to be a race to get that done. If you saw something that you like, this is the number to the store. You can call, order it. We'll ship it to you, but only if you live in the continental United States. So I hope you enjoyed the video. I'm Michelle. Have a great Tuesday, and we will see you in the next video. Bye, everyone.